Hey, Grace House, the Red Barn Studios. Welcome to another mini-sode of Soul Speak with Grace. Do you ever have one of those days or one of those weeks where nothing is ever going right? And you almost like sit in the doldrums. It's like, okay, yeah, that needs to get done. Okay. Yeah, and it's like a type of thing, blah. What I want to talk to you about today is recognizing when that happens, recognizing when it happens, accepting the doldrums. And I don't mean sitting in there and having a pity party. No, accepting that this is where you are. This is it. The doldrums are upon you, recognizing them and not beating yourself up about it. We're humans. We get to have those spaces. We do. For example, my tendency whenever, feelings of loneliness or struggles with wanting something to happen, or even those feelings of being unloved, they're what you're feeling, but they're not the bigger picture of it. They're just something happened that made you just want to sit in it. What I'm saying to you is sit in it. Sit in it. What I usually do is I push against it, because I got to tell you, girl ain't have no time for all of that stuff. So I push against it. But what happens is I push against it, but it's still sitting there. It's still a part of what I'm experiencing. And day after day goes by, and I'm just like, what is up? Because I haven't dealt with it. I haven't dealt with whatever is coming up that soul is telling you, Grace, this thing needs to be dealt with. Definitely. And for me, that shows up as wanting to conform to my own self-imposed work ethic. Guess what? It's my work ethic. I can change it up if I want to. Sometimes I actually forget that. Sometimes, you're just going full steam ahead. It's like, got to do, got to do, got to do. You don't need to go there. You don't. That's when the doldrums kind of set in, the blah, blah, blah. That supposed to do thing that we all have on our list. They're supposed to do that so that this can happen. That rises to the surface. And instead, what needs to happen is allowing the space for these feelings to move through you. Move through you instead of around you. Because when they go around you, they're still there. They're still there. They're still part of what is happening, but you're not recognizing it. And because you're not recognizing it, you have no space to move on. You have no space to get to where you need to go. So having them, working through them is key, because they are there for a reason. I'm going to say that again. These doldrum feelings that you experience in any given day, any given week, they come up for a reason. Just like your inner critic comes up and is kind of like tapping at your door, just trying to tell you something that's going on, so do these feelings of anxiety and unrest. They are telling you something as well. And it means we need to listen. We need to be mindful and aware. But if we constantly push them away, we won't know how to serve ourselves. We won't know how to serve ourselves in the long run. It's as if experiencing these emotions as they come up is our way out. What? Yes, sitting in it. I don't mean dwelling in it. Dwelling is a different thing. Sitting in it, experiencing, asking the questions. That is our way out of the doldrums. Because sometimes resistance is necessary, and sometimes the darn thing just gets in the way. There's a point when you need to stop resisting what needs to be happening. Stop resisting so that you can get the answers to move through it. A couple weeks ago, I kind of woke up on a Monday with the doldrums. A Monday. Mondays are my jam. I label Mondays as Grace Mondays because that's a day for me to do whatever I want to do. I'd put yes on the calendar for Mondays for me. But I woke up this Monday and there was just an overwhelming, not even overwhelming, it was just an overriding feeling of bleh. I could not get energized about anything. And it kind of went on for a couple of days. And it's only when I noticed that I wasn't dealing, I noticed when my son came to me for the third time in as many days, Mommy, you okay? I realized that though I was trying to not hide, but not recognize that state of being, I was also not dealing with it. So that meant I had to sit in silence. I had to sit in silence, close my eyes, and help those feelings move through me. Ask my soul, my center self, what is it that you're trying to tell me? What do I need to know? What do I need to help me unblock my view? Because that's really what it was. My view was being blocked by this haze of blah. I wanted to engage with my family. I wanted to do more. I had these tasks to accomplish for the week, and I wasn't getting any of them done. So I instead, on the third day, chose to sit in silence. For me, that shows up as probably lighting my candle. Back there I have a candle, beautiful beeswax candle that changes the ion presence in the air. Closing my eyes, doing some breath work to center me, and then sitting still. That is key. It's the sitting still when you get really quiet that the questions can be asked and the answers can be revealed. And it's so surprising what happens when you allow for that moment, allow for that space to take part, allow for that space to open you up and allow you to hear her whispers. Hear what she's whispering to you. And that's why I say sit in silence, because at these times it is almost a whisper. She's whispering this because it's so fraught with anxiety. It's so fraught with angst. There's nothing to do but sit in silence. Let the light from the clarity you will gain be a beacon to move you forward. After you sit in silence, of course, I suggest you journal about the information you received. Write your heart words in your journal and let that be the steps to guide you forward so that the doldrums, shake them off finally and know in your heart what needs to happen now. Find out that reason. Let those moments of doubt and uncertainty propel you forward, lift you up, shine down on you for possibility and truth to reign. That's the key. Truth. Figure out what is the truth of this moment. What is holding you back? What is pushing back at you? What? I don't want to deal. Okay. What's wrong? What do you need? Always ask that question. What do you need? An answer. Allow space for her to answer. Is it overwhelm? Is it something simple as you're just tired? Your body needs to rest. Is it tiredness? Is it something that you're afraid to face? But because you're not moving through it, You don't recognize, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to do this. And especially if it's a task that is just one of those, I don't want to do this. Is it that? Is it just that you've had enough, but you just didn't know how to speak it, how to tell someone, tell whomever, tell yourself, I've had enough? Is it one of those things? We humans are a resourceful bunch, but we need to access the tools and resources that can help us move through the doldrums, move through and get to the other side like a cup that's been replenished. That's what it is. So that you can move through and do what you gotta do what you want to do what is on your list of things to be accomplished. And that includes self-care. I know one of the things I advocate wholeheartedly is journaling. But if you need something more than that, if you need to talk to someone about what you're going through, there's a transition that's happening for you and you're just stuck, you don't know what to do, I would love to help you figure out how to move forward. That's one of my specialties. That's actually one of my superpowers that I'm only now recognizing. So what I've done is I've put the link below that you can access to schedule a free call with me. We'll discuss what it is you want, how it is I can help you, and then we'll move forward from there. Don't sit in the doldrums. Don't sit there without doing the work to help you move forward. Definitely. When you get a chance, today, sometime tonight, go write your heart words. Take care. Bye.